love hearing and learning about what is unique to you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Let's dive into this session. I am so excited to gamify our classroom with Nearpod. It is so fun and so cool to gamify Nearpod. So how can we do that? Let's dive in. Okay, about me, I'm Natalie. My name is Natalie Wright. I am a former special education teacher. I was 5 years in the classroom. I am now an online teacher teaching math for like second to fourth graders, and I love it because with gamification and Teach with Games, I get to help make math fun for students, and they absolutely love it. I also help teachers gamify their classroom and confidently use technology in their classrooms. The technology out there is so cool. So cool, you guys. Okay, what are we going to learn today? What are we going to take away? What is gamification and why should we gamify? We're going to go over the top 6 Nearpod elements to gamify our lesson. We're going to go get our hands wet. We're going to experience all of this ourselves as well. And it's going to be super easily to gamify your lesson, whether you've created your own lesson in Nearpod or have gotten a lesson from the Nearpod library. Here's how we can gamify it. We're going to go over that as well. And then by the end, hopefully, we feel confident with Nearpod to be able to update a lesson this weekend. You guys are on this Nearpod kick, this Nearpod high all week long. So use that momentum, use the energy, and make tweaks to your lesson this weekend. Okay, we have, yes, starting off with a time to climb. I'm super excited about this. And there is a reason we are starting off with time to climb. So as you guys are starting to jump in, one reason is students absolutely love time to climb. So by starting your lesson with it, it is just a great hook. Students are immediately interested. Holy cow. Usually we save games to the end. We're starting off the lesson with the fun part. So where's one reason. At the very end, we will play, just so you know, this exact same time to climb with the exact same 4 questions. That way, you guys, and I'm going to refer to you as like my students as well, because you technically are going through and experiencing this workshop, this presentation, exactly how your students will be will be experiencing it as well. So when I say students, your students, you guys, I'm meaning you guys, your students as well. Okay. Also, so that second thing, your students, because their time to climb is great, it's gamified, we are allowing your students to race against themselves at the very end, because the 4 questions, they now have learned about it in your lesson, they have experience and are more able to answer the questions better because they have learned it. Here's kind of our, what do you know? What do you know? Okay, we got 78 of you in here. I'm going to go ahead and click start. We have 4 questions to go, all about gamification. So why is gamification important? It increases student engagement, it increases information retention, it creates positive attitudes toward learning, or all of the above. Why is gamification important? It is D, all of the above. And we have Karen taken off for first place. Okay, question number 2. What is a game-like element? And trust me, if you don't know all these answers yet, that is totally fine. That is the purpose. You will know these answers. So is it adding worksheets? Is it competition? Is it individual work? What is a game-like element? Okay, it's gonna go to question 2 in 4 seconds. Ooh, do we have a new first place winner? Looks like Andy zoomed on past. Okay, what is one benefit of gamifying your lessons? It strengthens short-term memory, it increases academic performance, and students want to win. What's one benefit? So as answering these questions, I'm kind of giving you a preview of what we're going to learn about in our lesson. This is very meta, you guys. Preview what we're going to discuss in here, what you're going to learn. So by the time we take that second time to climb quiz, you're already prepped on the questions. You're already kind of, okay, I got to listen for this answer while she's teaching, because I will see that question pop up again at the very end of class. Okay, so we have Karen, first place again, kind of snuck past. Okay, this is our last question. What is one game we can play with the Nearpod feature virtual reality? So very specific. What game do you think we can play? Memory, Uno, I Spy, or board game? And we will for sure go over all of these. Okay, looks like we have Karen. Way to go. Megan, second place. Oh no, okay, I have the final score. Kimberly, very close second. Karen and Megan, third place. You guys are awesome. Way to go. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving. Okay, what is gamification? That is applying game-like elements to your teaching to make learning more fun and engaging for your students. I am positive all of you can think of a game you love to play, your favorite game, and then you can think of memories playing those games, whether it's with students, with your own class, your own kids, you have game nights with friends. You normally, when I ask this, they're all like, yes, they have positive memories with playing with games. I remember when I first started teaching in my room, I had a huge kidney table, and our principal let us paint on like whiteboard paint on top of the table. So I drew a giant board game on my kidney table around me, and we played a board game as we were answering and teaching and reviewing some math equations for my students. And they had a blast, so much fun, where they didn't really mind doing the work. They wanted to answer math questions, even though it was hard for them, even though I needed to step in support. They were so willing to try because they wanted to take a turn on the board game and beat their fellow peers. Okay, so some game elements that we are going to add into our Nearpod lessons that will gamify our Nearpod elements. So we have points, and these game elements are, if you think of a game, Uno, a board game, Jeopardy, these come up. That's what makes them a game. So we have points, we have teams, competition, there's time involved, like time to climb, there's a time crunch involved, there are points involved, a challenge, you set something up to be a challenge or like a mission. We need to complete this challenge. I have a mission for you guys. Or leaderboards. So if you're keeping track of points over a period of time, you can have maybe a leaderboard in your class with groups of students. Okay. Why? Why do we want to gamify? It is, I'm going to go with that bullet point number 2. It is enhancing motivation and participation. Just like I said, my students were so excited to solve those math problems because I brought out a game. And because that motivation and participation in those math problems increase, now they're going to improve their academic performance. They're focusing on the work that needs to be done. They want to do the best on the work that you're asking them to do, as well as skills of teamwork and problem solving skills, all those things that come just with playing games. And it's fun. Students are going to have a positive attitude towards learning. Even if it's hard, they're going to want to try their best and always have a good time. Okay, so our favorite tools to gamify that we are going to go over today. We have virtual reality, we have Draw It, our interactive video, our PhET simulation, matching, and time to climb. Let's gamify with these three. Okay, first we're going to go over our virtual field trips. Now, before I go over those points, I want you guys to try this out as well. Let me think. Yep, we'll go with this one. Okay, so I Spy. We got that in our time to climb. I Spy is a really great game for virtual reality. So in the chat box, I want you guys to move this image around, and we're going to play a game of categories. Type in 3 nouns you see. Only 3. We got to keep this short. So type in 3 nouns. And we're going to get creative here. If anyone else is typing the same noun, just like in category, we're going to cross those ones out. If we match those nouns, cross them out. If I had you guys in teams, your students are in pairs, your students are in teams. We want which team has the most nouns that not everyone else had. Okay, we got water, we got a wall, people. Ooh, a statue, river, person, sky. I haven't seen that one yet. Bricks. Ooh, you guys are going so fast. I don't see bricks yet. Grass. Ooh, a fence. Oh, you guys are going so fast. Clouds. Ooh, sky. Okay, we have sky. So that one I would cross out. So if your students are doing this, you're doing it with your students, maybe give them a time limit, as many nouns as you can in 1 minute, and then you read them all off and you're crossing students off which group had the most. Dirt. Ooh, I haven't seen that one. New York. There we go. I haven't seen that one yet. Railings. Ooh, a tripod. Look at you guys go. A grate. Bridge. Okay, railing, sand, buildings. A dog. Who found a dog? Awesome. Okay. Um, so yes, if you guys were in teams, I would see which team had the most nouns, found the most nouns that were unique, and then add up some points. Maybe you have a couple of these sprinkled throughout your lesson, and then who had the most points at the end. Or that group, what group had the most at the end. Okay, super fun. So a couple different ways you can do this one. Ooh, skyline. Oh, I like that one, Amy. Okay, even if they're entered as a Google form, if you want to do that, then you can easily see duplicates and kind of arrange it that way. That's a good idea. Okay, virtual field trips. How can we use this a couple different ways? Okay, I had you guys found 3 nouns, but again, with your students, you can set a time limit as well. You have 15 seconds, write down as many as you can as a group. Let's see how many have them at the end. You could do adjectives or whatever you're teaching in reading or whatever your students are learning in English right now. Um, if they need to, write out a full sentence and make sure you have an adjective and a noun. Practice to kind of take from other subjects what you're learning. That way, this virtual field trip, the image doesn't necessarily have to tie into your lesson or what you're teaching. It can be a brain break. And then you can kind of pull in some information from what your students are learning in other subjects. Or totally have that image tie in with what you're teaching. But that's just a good way to tie in a virtual field trip when you're not necessarily going on a field trip. Or I am teaching math. Why would I show my students the Statue of Liberty? Tie in that stuff. Okay, I spy. You can also spy shapes and colors. Maybe you want your students to tell you shapes and colors in a target language. So it's a Spanish class. How many colors can you see? But you have to say them, you have to spell them in Spanish. Here's our math tie-in, angles or lines. That's a good one for this picture because there were parallel lines or perpendicular lines. Have your students find as many as they can in a real life picture. We're talking about these lines, these angles. How can I see them? Where do I see them out in the real world? Modes of transportation. I know you guys found boats in there. Any architecture you're learning or describing. This one's kind of fun. Describe people. Again, you're using those whatever you're in a full sentence, in Spanish, in a target language. How can you describe that person, but be specific about your criteria? Maybe you're looking for a noun and an adjective. I need a verb in the sentence, just so students can practice. Okay, there's our virtual field trip. Super fun. Okay, you guys have lots of great ideas. So I want you guys to put in some ideas on how you can use virtual reality and gamify it for your students. There I have different columns here. So as you share your thoughts down below, there is a drop-down menu on the right side where you can pick that column. So right now mine says history, but if I drop down, then I'm able to choose a different column. So history teachers, put yours history in the history column, just so we can organize it better. And then what ideas can you see? Maybe someone else has a really great idea. Okay, we have write a story about this scene. I love it. So you're practicing a lot of writing. Very good descriptive words and like what is happening? Let your students come up with that. Comprehension, practicing sight words. Ooh, can you find a sight word in a picture? Can you use a sight word to describe something in the picture? Math facts. Solving a math scenario. I love it for word problems because then I can, if I have a word problem, maybe it's outside, maybe then my word problem set in New York, then I can, show this as a like almost like a brain break after that. And then we can do a quick I Spy with that. Find shapes, colors, forms. Ooh, art. This would be very fun for art. Okay, you guys have so many good ideas. So please scroll through, write down any ideas. I love Out of Space, Jennifer. Out, I read it how you wrote it. Out of outer space. Yep, is perfect. They're so fun. Ooh, write the story from the perspective of the statue. I love that. She probably sees so much happening. Okay, great ideas. Scroll through and write some down that will be helpful for you. But we're going to keep moving. Okay, our next one's Draw It. So here's our next game. It is just a blank slide. So this would be a very easy one to implement for your classroom. You guys I'm going to play a game with you first, and then I'll explain how we can do it for Teams or your sharing devices. So right now, you guys have 10 seconds. Just because we got to keep moving, you have 10 seconds to draw something from this category. Our category is mammals. So you can draw a cat, draw a dog, draw an elephant, draw a monkey, but you only have 10 seconds. Hit submit. I will be sharing and we're going to try to guess. Okay, your time starts now. So I have some other stuff written on these directions. I'll go over it. But for this purpose, for this game, draw either a cat, a dog, an elephant, or a monkey. Do your best. My timer is actually set for 30 seconds, but it like paused. So I'll just have, oh, that's interesting. Um, if you want yours shared, I guess, click submit. Make sure you tell your students to click submit. That way you can actually share it. So I, as a teacher, I can see everything you guys are drawing. I timed out. I didn't have to submit. Didn't have. I know it's super fast. We're all running. Okay, interesting. Okay, time's up. My timers must be broken here. Okay. Ah, Amy, I love it. Okay, I'm gonna share a couple you guys have submitted already because yep, time has been up. We're gonna guess. Okay, and share. Okay, we have this wonderful picture. Hopefully you guys can see it. I did, yeah, I did that one. Okay, Andy, I love it. It is a cat. Nope, you're fine. Okay, oh, I'm sorry that timed out. Okay, we'll go. I'll keep talking. Can't see. Oh, maybe there are too many of us trying to do this fun activity. Okay, so we have wonderful pictures of a cat. I would say most of you picked a cat to draw. I love it. I love it. I love Amy. She found a picture of an elephant. Very good. Okay, so what we can do with this one, I know I set a timer just so I could come, I could couple reasons for the timer. One, you want to use a timer because it will ensure every student has the exact same time to draw this. You absolutely don't have to have a timer. Okay, so how can we do this? I have maybe groups of students and one device, totally fine. Group of 5 students, and your category is something that you are teaching them. So my category is mammals. Um, Maybe we're learning about mammals, and I just have a couple there. If you scroll down in that instruction tab, maybe, let me restart it so you can see, it might not, there we are. You might see the instructions now. Um, just some different categories. So animals sell with correct labels, a phonograph. Maybe you're talking about inventions. The Wright brothers' first successful flying machine with the dates. You want them to draw that. A landscape, but I want my landscape to have 3 right angles, 2 acute angles, 1 obtuse angle, 1 parallel line. Or a character from this book, whatever book we're reading. So, um, as a group, I have one device on a desk. All 5 students are lined up behind this computer. One student is going to draw at a time. So as a group, they need to decide what they're going to draw. So if this was our mammals category, we're going to draw an elephant. All of my students know we're going to draw an elephant. So student number 1 has 10 seconds to draw an elephant. They're going to start. As soon as that 10 seconds is up, so don't put a timer on Nearpod. Just time it yourself. That student has to go back to the end of the line. Student number 2 has to come not finish, but continue the drawing of the elephant. So we have 5 students working on drawing an elephant. And then you can share with your class. Can they guess what they drew? This one's fun. This one's a lot of fun. But drawing anything related to what you are teaching. Okay, so kind of Pictionary style is what we're doing. We have our competition when you have teams come drawing different things. We're going to compete, see who has the best drawing. We definitely have that time competition. We're collaborating together. And then a sight word and a mystery picture. I do have examples of these ones for you guys to look at. So here is a maze, a sight word maze. So our sight word is around. And then with that highlighter or draw it tool, you can, your students can find the word around, highlight them, and make it to the end. This could be a Spanish word. Um, words that have the same sound in them. It could be math equations where they're the same answer. They have to follow the maze because they're all leading to the same answer. So that's a sight word maze. And then a mystery picture is looks like this. It's half a drawing. So it's a science class. We're learning about cells. I want my students to draw the rest of the cell and then label it. Because they can type, they can text, they can't text, they can enter text. If I spelled that right, I don't know if I spelled that right. But they can label the different parts of the cell and then share it with your class. How did you do on labeling? And work together as a group for these types of projects. Like well, let them work in pairs, in groups, get them talking about this, discussing it, what goes where. That makes it super fun. Okay, how can we gamify with Draw It? What do you think your students would like? What would you use in your classroom? We saw a couple different examples for this one. We got sight word, mazes. You have that mystery picture. So half of something could be half a character in a book. The cell we saw. Um, It could be half of a picture of like a famous landmark, like the Statue of Liberty. They just have to draw the other half and then have them add some facts to it. Yep, draw a label. Ooh, I like that one, a heart. Absolutely. Planets, yes, draw planets, label. This is where an ocean is in the planet. Elements. Ooh, good one. Your science. This would be so fun for science. Okay, writing, we got oh, yep. Problem. I love being able to draw out a story and the solution, and they're creating their own stories with it. Awesome. Yep, draw what you're writing about. Draw the characters, absolutely. Setting, sketching a correct graph. Yep, perfect. Even like labeling a graph, maybe you have the picture of the graph, they have to label it. So many ideas. Yep, math problems as well. And Draw, really a fun one to let, even if you have one device, students can work together on these ones still as well. Yep, I love the mystery picture. Ooh, with a sewing machine, absolutely. Okay, yep, you guys are full of good ideas. So grab ideas if it's going to work with your subject as well. We love sharing ideas. Character settings. Okay, you guys are awesome. I love it. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving. This one is a interactive video. So this video, I'm gonna play it on my screen. And we should be able to hear it, the sound. It is about the Wright brothers, and there are two questions that we're gonna answer.
The Wright brothers, the first successful airplane, 1903.
Okay, here's our first question. What do you already know about the Wright brothers? Before we dive in more of the video, we want to know what our students know. I won't spend too much time here. So if you have an answer, put it in. If not, that's okay. Awesome. Yep, we're airplanes. We're airplanes. Okay, um I love this because like keep in mind you're interacting as your students would. So what are they seeing? What are they hearing? How are they answering the questions? Because you're answering it as a student point of view. When your students ask, how do I do this? Where do I put my answer? You absolutely know because you're doing it right now. Okay, I love your answers. The first plane that stayed in the air. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Ah, I clicked the wrong button.
Wilbur Wright was born on April 16, 1867, in Millville, Indiana, and Orville Wright was born on August 19, 1871.
Okay, this one might be tricky. I did not prepare you for this one. How many times did you hear the name Wright? So right now, your best guess, unless I will be amazed if you got it. But letting your students play their own video, this will get them to go back and rewatch maybe a section of the video that you want them to rewatch. They're going to hear all that information again um, as they're looking for this answer. This is a scavenger hunt. Okay, we got five. We got many. Three, two, five times. Twice. Five. Ooh, two or three. They actually say it three times. Wow, I'm impressed. You guys got it. Nice work. So that is a scavenger hunt question. So in interactive videos, that scavenger hunt, I love it to specifically use it for a section of video you want students to maybe rewatch. It's got important information. I have a date. I just want them to hear it again. So I can let them rewatch or rewind a little bit, or mine was 17 seconds before I answered that question, so they could watch that whole thing again. Okay, another way, quiz battles. So this gamifying is great for students if you want to work in pairs or in small groups. So I have questions in this video. You can add in your own questions, or Nearpod has videos, questions already added into them. You can use those questions. Have your students work as a group or in pairs, watch the video, answer the questions, and talk with each other. Discuss the questions, take turns typing in the answers. And then at the very end, you can see who um, which group has answered the most questions. So we're really competing with each other to get the most questions right. And then kind of, if you want to, a leaderboard, that's where it comes in. Maybe this week we are really diving into a topic. So we're going to watch a couple of videos on this topic. I can throw up a leaderboard. My students will be in the same groups each time, and then we can keep track of who has gotten the most answers correct in the group and kind of display that for the week. That's how quiz battles could work. Or, who can answer the most questions in just this one video. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Okay, and that kind of this where that teams comes in. You're watching the video in partners, and then you can work together. Have them work together to answer those questions, discuss about it in teams. Get that teamwork in there. Interactive videos, a lot of fun. They're a great resource. Okay, so think of a specific lesson you have coming up, your subject. How can we incorporate interactive video and gamify it? Some of your lessons probably already have videos in it. Could you add in a scavenger hunt question? Just something fun. What was the speaker's color of shirt? Keeps them on their toes. It's something fun, something light to keep them having fun. So, was the speaker wearing a tie? Did the speaker have blue eyes? Yes or no, real quick on those scavenger hunt questions. They don't have to take a lot of time. Okay, we got comprehension check for the story of the week. Perfect. So that could be working together as a team if you want. Kind of add in that. The battle, the quiz battle, awesome reviewing parts of speech. So for that one, that for the reviewing parts of speech, that could also be you could tie in a scavenger hunt question. How many times did he say, I am not an English teacher. How many times did he say the word now in like the first 10 seconds of the video? Okay. Oh, awesome. Okay, we're liking the scavenger hunt questions. Find all the words that rhyme. I like that. Um, yeah, maybe in like the first 10 seconds of the video, or if it's a short video, or oh, the whole video. That's a good one. Awesome. Yep, PE works out. Scavenger hunt with first aid. I love it. Timeline. Yep, encourages rewatching. That's the point. Rewatching it so our students can hear that information again. Oh, you guys have awesome ideas. Way to go. I love math vocabulary. Perfect. Okay, quiz battle with math facts. I love it. You guys are awesome. Okay, keep going on. Here is our PhET simulation. Okay, I want to know in the chat box is who has used PhET? Have you used PhET? It's really, really fun because it's all hands-on and students can just play around with it as they are adjusting. So this one's, those are science. They are math science labs, hands-on totally. Oh, so yes for math. Yep, physics twice. Nope. Oh, I've seen lots of no's in here. Never didn't know it existed. Oh my goodness, let me introduce you to it. So there are math and science labs that are hands-on. So even there's math fact practice where it's divided into different levels. So you can give your students this that PhET simulation, and then certain students are on level 1 where they have some manipulatives to work with. Level 2, they're just answering those math fact equations. It gets a little harder. And so instant gratification here. It's fun, like a game, and they get to try it out in real life. It's super fun. Super fun. So again, you can do this in pairs, in teams, and it just makes learning fun when you can tie it into what you're learning. I do want to talk about how it is for for history, like how can we use this if we don't teach math and science? So yeah, play around with these, and there are so many in Nearpod that I'm sure science math teachers you will be able to find. Okay, so they are interactive. They're hands-on activities. So just like you see with our skateboarder, you're talking about like our physics teacher, friction. Let's actually see it in action as we play around with those numbers. We have different levels for our math. And there are rewards for completing a task. It's just satisfying. It's rewarding to see someone in the math ones, you hear like a ding, yes, I got it right. You get a star if you get it right. Um, and here you can see with our skateboarder, oh, I got it to work. If I set the friction so far to the right, he was able to fly off the ramp. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun for students to test it out. So how can you use PhET simulation? So math teachers, how to use it. Let's share our ideas, even ones you've loved using. I know there's multiplication. There's like a multiplication chart there. Oh, it's so fun, so fun. Science teachers, um, hands-on labs. I know there's one with like electrons in it. How can you use it? Okay. Oh yeah, and I think, how would your students um react to this? And if you want to use pictures and GIFs to practice using those, because that is another way we can answer and share our thoughts, go for it, because your students can do the same thing as well. Add those GIFs and pictures. Okay, so reading, writing, history, just a couple quick ideas. With your teaching team, I remember 5th grade when I was in there, really great teaching team, but they had certain teachers teaching math, they had certain teachers teaching history, so in cahoots with each other. What are you teaching in science? So I'm learning about friction. So in my writing class or a reading class, I could read um, just a short article on friction and then play around with it. Let it come to write. Let it, how am I reading about it, practicing about it, and then I can write about it. What happened when I moved the friction bar to the right? And then they're practicing using their descriptive language there. They are demonstrating what they are learning by writing about it and explaining about it, which is hard. Once you know how to explain something, you really understand it. So you could always write about any PhET simulations. And then in your writing class, have one in your writing class as well. Let them experience that. Okay, I'm loving the GIFs. Yeah, into your testing, use the simulations for practice, review for testing. Yes, there are ones for multiplication, absolutely. Perfect. Yep, drawing the graph, addition, comparing numbers. Yeah, there's so many. Okay, so yeah, you can, yep, write about it, read about it, get that hands-on practice, especially where it fits into your subject. Okay, you guys are awesome. So many ideas. Okay, we have our matching. So a wonderful Nearpod or element that is gamified for us already. Matching is so fun for students. This is a great one you can work in pairs or small groups with your students and discuss the questions you see and what they think the answer is. So I have this one that I've kind of a mix just so I can show you guys. The purple pink ones are brought in from Nearpod. That is their questions, their definitions they have already created, and I pulled it into this one. And then you can see I have a picture of a cell. We've kind of been talking about cells. So I'm matching that. I have our Spanish word, I have a right brother, and a date. There's so many things you can match. Okay, how can, if you want to, take it a step further and gamify it? If you want to. Again, keep it simple. Add in a matching game, like that's gamified enough. Your students will love it. If you want to add on a time component, you can to maybe make it feel like a race. Because as a teacher, I can see who has matched and has completed it. So I can look through my students and I can say, woohoo, Candy has completed it. That team is ready to go. Tracy, you're done. Awesome. Just kind of make it feel like the race if you want to. I know time crunch can be hard with some students. I definitely know that, but some students are really motivated. So that's an option if you would like to kind of take that a step further. Okay, you guys are awesome. And complete, yep, 7 out of 7. Woohoo! Okay, some things we can match that are super fun and very easy to match. So if you are looking through Nearpod Library, um, but don't see a matching game in your lesson, you can add one. So turn to definition. Maybe you want to review a term to definition in your lesson. You can pull one in, add it, create your own. Vocab words, Spanish words to English, or any target language, that target language to a picture of that, of the meaning. For a little picture to a starting letter. So I have a bear. What letter, what sound does that start with? That's what I'm matching. Dates and events, or history dates, are any significant events, scientific terms, or any diagrams. Country to flags, landmarks, capitals to that matching state, and then math equation to answer. Even as the quick review, This could be used as a quick review. Um, I could have at the very beginning of a lesson, a matching game with term to definition. And then throughout the lesson, I'm teaching those. And then I can have the exact same matching game with those terms and definitions at the end. Now my own students can see their improvement on the vocab words they now know. So I might not know them at the beginning of the lesson, but at the end, I am now familiar, and now I can see, holy cow, look how much I knew. So I can show that to my students as well. Okay, another collab board. I love them. Okay, matching. How are you going to incorporate matching into your subject level? What could you match? What would your students like to match? Oh, that would be student names to birthdays. That would be fun. Um, or even like an icebreaker, student to just a fun fact about them. Or any fun back to school or an icebreaker, that would be fun. Yeah. Oh, I love the back to school. So behavior in a rule that applies. Yep, we got our Spanish to picture word. Oh, I love how we're using PE. I've seen a couple pop up. Equipment to the sports. Yep, we got our English vocabulary words, science terms, vocabulary. Awesome. Ooh, parent and offspring. I love that. Editing marks. That's a really good one. I like that one. Vocabulary letters to sound. Synonyms and antonyms. Pronoun to noun. Oh, I love this. Solving for the variable. Yep, our math equation and our answer. Math fact to product. Perfect. Yep, any math terms, vocabulary words. Awesome. Characters to trait. You guys are awesome. Ooh, meaning, sound matching, pronoun to noun, parts of a letter. Steps in the writing process. Perfect. Yeah, we're getting them to be able to just practice it kind of in different ways too. I could have the exact same questions in a matching game later on in a time to climb. So same questions, but a different game. We can expose to it again. Plant parts to function. Oh, you guys have so many good ideas. So make sure if you are scrolling through your subject, write down any ideas that you can use. So thanks for sharing your ideas. Oh, sentences to what's missing, as in like editing. I like that. Okay, lots of good ideas. So yeah, write down Spanish word. Yep, to pictures of the word. I'm back to school. I'm glad you're going to use this for back to school. It's going to be so fun. Okay, we are moving on. Thanks for writing your ideas down. Okay, our last one is time to climb students' favorites. So they're great, again, already for gamifying assessments. It's already gamified. It has all those gamifying elements to it. So we are going to play the exact same time to climb quiz we played at the beginning. And I want to because I want you to now be able to see how much you guys have improved and learned about gamification. At the end, after we have learned about it, I love it because now you are also competing against yourself. You want to do better for yourself. I've also, if I have maybe not at the very beginning, but at the end. And if I have extra time and it was a short quiz, play it again with my students, like immediately back to back. Then they can for sure see how much they have improved. And remember, okay, last time to climb. We are going to switch up. We're going to go to the jungle this time. Awesome. I had a small group of 5 students one time, and they all picked penguin, not even realizing that they were all going to pick the same one. It was kind of funny. Awesome. Okay. Yay. Lori's ready. Kimberly's ready. Alice, Gabriella, Gregory, William. Okay. Let's kind of slow down. Awesome. This is awesome. We're playing with 90 of us, 91, 92. Oh, that's cute. And the koala for underwater because his helmet has poked out ears. I didn't know that. Oh, yes, I love how they themed, yep, for Halloween they themed it. Okay, looks like I'm going to go ahead and start it. We have slow down. You guys are in. Okay, first question. Why is gamification important? It increases student engagement, increases information retention, creates positive attitudes toward learning, or all of the above. Okay, I already can see how many more of us have gotten this one correct. You guys go. Good work. It is D, all of the above. Increases engagement, and it definitely increases that information retention. So they are just excited and motivated to be there. Ooh, a game-like element, adding worksheets, competition, or individual work. A game-like element. Yes, see, you guys are awesome. I'm loving how we can see how we've improved. So game-like elements, your points, your competition, your teamwork, your leaderboard. Those are game-like elements we can add into our lessons. Nice job. Okay, looks like we got Jennifer first place. Okay, what's one benefit of gamifying your lessons? It strengthens short-term memory and increases academic performance for students who want to win. Awesome. Okay, is Jennifer gonna hold the lead? It absolutely increases academic performance. So with your students motivated to participate, they're really wanting to do all the work to play the game, that increases our academic performance because we have their attention, we have their focus on their lesson, they're re-listening to information from videos, the academic performance is going to go up. Okay, last question. What is one game, and we played it today, that we can play with a Nearpod specific feature for virtual reality? Memory, Uno, I Spy, or board game. And we played this one today. This was our Statue of Liberty. Awesome. Okay, way to go, Jennifer. Might stay first place. Karen, ooh, really close game. Okay, absolutely. We played I Spy, where we were looking for nouns. Okay, nice job, Jennifer. Karen, second place. Carrie, third place. And very close. Oh, second, third place. Actually, you guys tied. So we have Adriana right after that. Woohoo! You guys are awesome. Okay, real quick, take action. Please take action. We have lots of ideas, fun ways to use these into your lesson. One of these elements is probably in a lesson, and you'll be able to find them if you create your own or look at Nearpod's library. You will be able to find at least one of these in your lesson already. So take action. Don't let all your fun ideas just collect dust. You guys have so many good ideas ready to go and use for your classroom. So start simple and just start with one. What one are you going to start with? Okay, So here are the, and if you want to put them in the chat box, which one are you going to start with? Yes, I absolutely love playing games in classroom. Okay, we got matching. We're gonna start with matching. We're gonna start with time to climb. We're gonna do the fets, the draughts, matching and draughts. Awesome. Ooh, we're going with two here. Time to climb. Awesome. Time to climb. You are starting off simple, starting off easy. Start with time to climb. Absolutely. Ooh, match it because we're already using time to climb. VR, matching in VR. I love the VR one. Matching. Look at you. Okay, you guys have said it. Now we are going to do it. You know which one you're going to start with. You know which one you're going to gamify. Let's do it. It's going to be so fun. Okay, just real fast because we're running out of time. How do you feel? Feel free to type in words, put a GIF, a picture. How do you feel about using gamifying your classroom? Are you ready to gamify? Are you ready to pick one element and add it into your lesson? And which one are you going to try first? You guys are awesome. You're absolutely perfect. We're ready. And the only way to get better and to feel more confident is to actually do it. Don't be afraid to um, not fail, but have it be a little bumpy. It's only going to go uphill from here. Your students aren't going to mind. They're going to love that you're trying and adding in games. Okay, we're ready. We're excited. We're empowered. Yes, I love the student. Woohoo! We're so ready. Inspired. I'm so glad. Confident. Yes, I love the dance, the frog. We're ready. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm ready. Yay. I'm glad you guys are using GIFs again because your students can use them as well. Okay, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm so glad you are ready to gamify your classroom. And if you want to share your learning on social media, use that hashtag Camp Engage, and you can also tag and follow me. I'd love to hear how you're going to gamify it, and you can find me at the EdTech Wizard on Instagram, as well as YouTube. But I am there. I am the EdTech Wizard. All things technology, gamifying, learning. I love it. So thank you, and I'm so excited for you guys to gamify your classroom. Your students are going to love it. Okay, I'm going to pull up the Q&A. So if you have any questions for me about gamifying, go for it. I'm here to answer any questions you have. You guys are so welcome. Thank you for being here and participating. It helps a lot when you guys participate. It's so fun to see your comments. Thanks, Aurora. Thank you. Thanks, Carmen. I'm glad you were able to make it. I'm glad you learned a ton. I'm excited to see you guys actually put it into action and can't wait. Can't wait. Thank you, Kimberly. You're welcome. You guys are awesome. You're welcome, Jenny. Human find is so fun and like start simple. So you guys are got it. You got it. With the time to climb, that's a really good one to start with. Matching, that's a good one. Thanks, Liza. Um, time to climb, matching, and then VR, that's a really good one to add into your game as well. Quick brain break that can be used across subjects. You're welcome. Thanks for being here, Jennifer. Thanks, Lori. Have a great day too. You're welcome, Courtney. Okay, so a good question, Leah. Can I embed a graph on PhET simulation? Their simulations have already been created. so you can't add anything to them. You can embed a graph into a draw slide. That can be the background of the draw slide, and then your students will be able to draw on top of it. They'll be able to type on top of it, um, but not on PhET simulation. But yeah, the background of any draw slide. That's how I got my picture of like the maze or the picture of the half cell. It's the background. So maybe that could work with what you want it to do. Okay, you guys are awesome. Um, let's see. Brandy, where is Gamify in Nearpod? What do you mean about like where is it in Nearpod? So these elements, all of these elements are in Nearpod, and then we can gamify them. Yep. So all the elements we did, you'll be able to find very easily in Nearpod, and then we just gamified it. So that's how we like the VR. We found all. I had you guys find three nouns in it, so I gamified that element already in Nearpod. The matching, time to climb, those ones are already gamified for you. You can just add them into your lesson, and your students will love it. You're so welcome. Welcome. Yep. Awesome. Okay, I have. Awesome. Yep. Alex, gotcha. Different activities in the multimedia when you are creating a lesson, and then you can have fun with it. You're so welcome. Thanks, guys, for being here. Okay, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your camp, and let me know how you gamify things. I would love to hear how you gamify it. Bye, everyone.